A few months back I was posting a video. It was around the first of the year of recording records over to digital media on my desktop computer. Well, I wanted to go through my setup of how I do that through the turntable, through a preamplifier, to the interface, and into the actual computer. So we start here. This is the heart of it all. This is an Optimus LAB 1100 turntable, and it's got our music media on it, which right now is a Victor Living Stereo LP of various artists. The output of this comes out of this unit via this left-right audio ground cable and goes into the phono input of the Kenwood stereo control amplifier model KC105. Now this allows me to turn on an equalizer and adjust the curve if I want to adjust the bass, the mids, and the treble, either boost or minus it. I can control 2 tape decks, a tuner, a CD player, of course the phonograph, and I got an auxiliary and video input as well. And I can boost the loudness, I can boost the lows. If I have a separate tape deck, I can record right over from phono to tape. And I can also record with my equalizer. I can put this in between 2 tape decks and use this as an equalizer. And in turn you can also adjust the balance down here and your input line volume, which is very handy for low-level records. If you get something that's real quiet, you can turn that volume up and tweak it right where you want it. So we come out of the LAB 1100, go into the Kenwood preamp, and out of the Kenwood preamp we come out to this unit. This is the ADS Instant Music interface. And what this does is convert RCA level inputs to a USB output that the computer wants to see. And from there it goes into our HP Pavilion 510W here. This is an old desktop I have. It runs Windows XP. And the control software you get for the ADS Instant Music interface is Nero. Now Nero, it's a quirky software. I like it. It works pretty good for me most of the time. And it gives you a lot of options of what you can do with your music file once you have it on the desktop hard drive. You can make an audio CD. You can edit your audio. You can mix your audio. You can record just regular voice audio. You can convert a tape to a CD or an LP to a CD. And it also has other things. You can erase a CD, a DVD, make a label or cover, or edit your disc info. Now this software is probably circa 2005, I'm guessing. I don't remember exactly when I bought this. Occasionally it'll come up with an update. Of course the software is out of date. The update no longer applies. Anyway, so I'll show you how we do this. We go over here, we're going to convert an LP to a CD. So we'll click there, it'll load the software it needs to do it. This old computer is fairly slow. It's only a Celeron processor. And what we have here is our control interface. This is the recording console. This lets you adjust your line levels. Right here you can adjust. It goes from green, yellow to red. And you can adjust again your volume right here, your input volume. And this is always set default to microphone. It's just the input that it uses. Here you start recording, here you stop recording, and if there's 20 seconds of silence detected, click this and it'll automatically stop it when it detects silence. You can also change your file target destination, either the C drive or F drive on this particular computer. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and we'll go over here to the turntable and we'll start our record playing. Okay, that's going. We'll go over here and turn our level inputs up a little bit. You can see that the louder I turn the level input, the louder the bars here show me. Now, I don't want to be in that red, I want to stay in yellow. And let's click our digital monitoring. That's what allows us to monitor while it's recording. And there's our record. So let's go ahead and mock record just for this video. recording right now. Okay, we'll go ahead and stop recording. Click next. We can go ahead and shut off our equalizer and stop the turntable, which is fully automatic. It'll stop itself. And here's what our file looks like once it's on the computer's hard drive. Now at this point you can adjust your decibel level, your line levels. You can detect for auto track detection. You can turn down like noise in the recording, your rumble if your turntable's real loud. If you got a lot of clicks, pops, and crackles, you can adjust those either up or down. I don't typically mess with that stuff. If you want to put a pause in between your CD tracks, you can. But there's what the finished file looks like. And we'll go ahead and play it. And from here you can go ahead and mix it with other audio files if you have them on your computer, or record a bunch in at one time. And this converts it back out to WAV file, wave format file, which then sounds just like a CD. You know, all the popular audio programs will play it: iTunes, Windows Media, Real Player, all those will play it. So that's how I go about recording my records over to digital media. And incidentally, this is what I had connected to my Kenwood amplifier over there. This is a Kenwood KXW894 dual tape deck. It's on the out, so I don't like this tape deck. The one deck is completely quit working. The other one, I've cleaned it, I've lubed it, I've cleaned it again and lubed it, got it working good, and it was just quit working over time. Doesn't need belts. Everything seems to be doing good, but the tape transport mechanism in this unit is just so cheap. Very cheaply built unit. I don't recommend wasting your money on one of these. If this one wasn't free, I wouldn't never brought it home. So just remember that. Not everything is as good looking on the outside as what it's built on the inside. Well, here's what the end result on the panels for the cabinet looks like. Now I got given a little bit of grief about the panels being bright white, but I told my wife I don't have a dirty off-white color in the spray paint can. But eventually she could take them back out and she'll re-stencil them and put all the little things back on like this had right here. And this was redone sometime down the road. So I made them removable. It just has 4 brass screws holding it on. And it keeps Kitty out of there. That's the important part, doesn't it? What you doing there, Pud? Hey. Hey. Say hi. Ah, shy, ain't you? Oh well. Away she goes. And we still haven't harvested the apples yet. It's almost time. They're looking pretty good. Looking really good, as a matter of fact. That good batch of rain we had here a week or 2 ago really made these things come out in full force. Anyway, the reason I'm back here, the last video, Random 13, I posted, there was a comment on the rain barrels that I had, and these are just some homemade jobbies I made, and they're out of discarded 55-gallon drums, a little bit of PVC tubing, and a few other miscellaneous items. You can have yourself a nice set of rain barrels. Now, I learned how to build these via a YouTube video probably about 5 years ago, and basic materials, basic tools. These barrels on the bottom had 2 plugs. One was solid, the other one was tapped with threads. So I tapped into the one with threads and sealed the other one up, both with silicone real good. Once I had my connections made, come out and use a plastic ball valve and a reducer that a garden hose can screw on the bottom, so I can use this either with a pump or by gravity to water, say, the garden or the apple trees or whatever I want to use. I've done that setup on both of them. Now our input for the water to get in is just fed down off the downspout of the garage and goes into the barrel. I've put a piece of screen over a PVC fitting that fits in the hole right here, and a deflector to kind of keep water from splashing off the back. At the same time, you still get your hand here to scoop that debris away. That's just a piece of aluminum screen. So the water goes in, the debris gets caught, the barrel fills up, and you can use it. But I wanted 2 in succession, so if I run one dry, which we have, I'd have a backup. So basically, when the water gets to this height, it overflows into another barrel. And the same thing starts all over again. Now the thing is, when this barrel gets full, what happens then? Well, there's an overflow, and that's this pipe right here. Once the water gets again equal to what it is when it comes in, it runs into the overflow down and then exits here. Now when you set these up, I just got mine set on cinder blocks, and you can't really tell it here, but one is, I'm getting bad reflections off the light because of sun. One is just a little lower than the other one. Boy, that sun's bright. This one's just a little lower than that one because of the gravity. Now I also have another set of these over here on the back of the house, and they're basically set up the exact same way. And we have drained all of them dry. This is a very easy project. I probably have about maybe $10 in it altogether, because the most expensive part was these flexible elbows. But it was well worth it. We used them quite a bit for the gardens and a little bit of everything. You add I got a 1200 gallon per hour pump that I can attach to these and run a sprinkler for the strawberries clear down over way down here over the hill in front of that tree, in front of the compost pile by the barn. It worked pretty good. So that's going to about wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching, as all the videos go, and there'll be more to come later.